It's day 4 of showing you how I teach my 5th grade students how to solve the Rubik's Cube. A few tips to review before you start. Look at the center of each side, and that's going to tell you what color that face is supposed to be. Every single cube has a specific place it has to end up in order for you to solve the cube. I'm going to mix up the cube and get back to where we were yesterday. Yes. Please. This is where we stopped yesterday, and we are ready for the next step. Your next step is to make a yellow cross, and we are not necessarily worried about the side pieces yet. We are just trying to make a yellow cross. A lot of solving the Rubik's Cube is recognizing patterns, so you know which standard algorithm to do. So for this, you're going to have one of 3 patterns. You should either have just a solid yellow piece in the center, you should have the L, which is what I have, or you should have a straight line going straight across. Depending on what you have, that's going to decide which set of moves you do next. If you have the L, you want to put it in your left hand. I know I'm backwards, but you're going to put it in your left hand and move it to where this corner is facing away from you, and it's in your left hand, like the L shape is in your left hand. I have an acronym that I tell my students for this part as well because it's 6 steps. Frogs usually rest until rain falls. U stands for the up face. F stands for the front face facing you, and R stands for the right face. And that acronym just tells you which pieces to move. Okay, frogs usually rest until rain falls. We're a little bit closer. And now our shape has changed. We have the white line, so there is another set of algorithms. And I have another silly acronym. It's very similar, but it's frogs run up, rabbits usually follow. All of the letters still stand for the same thing. So R is your right, U is your up, and F is your front face. Frogs run up, rabbits usually follow. Yay, white, or not white, yellow cross. Just a few tips. When you're learning this step, if you mess up this bottom part, the algorithm's not going to work up here. So you do, every time you move or try the algorithm, you do need to make sure that you do have the solid 2 rows. And if you've messed something up, you've got to go back, restart, redo it, and then try it again. This part is extremely frustrating. It's not as long as the last algorithm because it's only 6 moves, but it does take a lot of practice. As always, if you have any tips or tricks that you find easier, let me know, because I do have students who struggle, and they feel very successful once they learn how. I'm sure you would feel successful if you learned how to do it as well. A lot of people commented starting with the white daisy is easier. Starting out, I can see why that's easier. I did post a video on how to start with the white daisy. That would be the replacement for step 1. That's kind of whatever you feel. All right, I will post step 5 tomorrow. We're getting near the end.